Hello, Assalamu alaikum. A wonderful day, all of you. Welcome to Institute of Global Professional Pre-International Webinar in IGP. Thank you for joining with us. I am Kamrul from Bangladesh. Today I will be presenting webinar number 355 and the topic is employability and skills. Let's start the program. Before starting the program, let's learn and grow together and share this live on Facebook, WhatsApp, and Instagram. And also don't forget to invite your friends. So without delay, let's welcome our ma'am. Today we have a most and brilliant speaker from India. Let's welcome our ma'am. Hello ma'am, good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing?
I'm fine ma'am. What about you?
I'm also doing good.
Ma'am, give a short description about yourself, then you can start your presentation.
Sure, sure.
Ma'am, you can start your presentation now.
Okay, thank you. Thanks a lot. Good morning, everyone. This is Dr. Bhavneet Kaur from India. I'm a native of Central India, Nagpur, and I got married in Jamnagar, the westernmost part of India. So I've seen both the places. I'm a postgraduate with English literature from Nagpur University. I've also done my PhD in education. I started my career as an assistant pre primary teacher, and right now I'm a principal of a college in Jamnagar. My journey has seen its ups and downs, but never has my spirit failed. At times I'm burned to ashes, but my angel brings me up and lets me soar to the heights. So, we'll begin today's session. You know, all these things, there are a number of times in life when you will feel that, oh, now I can't do anything. This is the end. There is no end for us if we think that yes, we can do it, we can. And there comes a word called as ability. Ability is something that you can do. And that is why in today's session, I'll be telling you a lot about employability skills so that when you are employed or when you're going for an interview, even, how will you manage yourself? How will you groom yourself? Because every person who is working is a contributor, and a contributor is always thinking how to develop himself or herself. So, what's the contributor's vision of success? Take up one idea, make that idea your life. Think of it, dream of it, and live on that idea. Let the brain, muscles, nerve, every part of your body be full of that idea and just leave every other idea alone. And you see, you'll reach to a point where you can say, yes, I have done it. I am successful. However, success means different things to different people at different times of life. Majority of people, if asked what success is, according to them, may respond that achieving the desired goal is success. But it is not true at all times. Okay, so this was my introduction. We'll come to today's chapter, that is employability skills. So, employability skills, when I told you ability is something which you can do. And employability skills has two words which are joined together. One is employ and the other is ability. So employ plus ability is equal to employability. The ability to be employed is employability. It includes all the skills that can help a trainee succeed in any job. That's why I told you about success. What is success? So basically, we need to learn four skills. First, behavioral skills. The most important skill in any employment agency you go, in any job you go, you will be requiring is behavioral skills because your behavior is a mirror of your personality. Second, English literacy. English is a very important language. Today we are communicating with each other. I'm talking to you who all are from different parts of the world. So what is the language I'm using? It is English. It is a medium of language for the world. So if you can read and write basic English, you become eligible for jobs all over the world. And all it takes is 1 hour of practice every day. Isn't this very exciting? Well, with practice, you speak better and better, and you gain that fluency which is required to speak. Next is communication. Communication, either verbal or non-verbal. Verbal, just like speaking to each other, messaging, writing emails. Non-verbals can be gestures, eye contact, and many more. Now, without communication skills, it is not possible for anyone to achieve success. Because if you're mute all the time, if you don't speak at all, it becomes difficult. Next is IT literacy. So, what is IT literacy? Computer skills. They are very, very important if you are in any kind of vocation, any kind of job. So, we come to the first one, behavioral skills. What are behavioral skills? And a short history about behavioral skills. It was developed in the 1970s by various industrialist psychologists. Behavioral skills are one of the key factors used to assess one's performance and attitude. So two things comes there, performance and attitude. And first of all, assess it yourself. Think of it at the end of the day. Did I hurt someone? Did I be good in my work? Did I did my best today? So counting or assessing yourself the whole day's work, you'll come to know how much you are improving. So behavioral skills are often termed as good character, friendliness, maturity, and common sense. Most people tend to make this mistake of thinking that these characteristics come naturally. Hmm. It might be your nature to be very friendly to people, but balancing all the skills is also very important. So, behavioral skills are not restricted to your actions, but help in determining your chain of thoughts and emotions. Most of these skills are social in nature and help you connect better with people. So I'll tell you 10 behavioral skills now. First one is communication because without communication, you won't be able to talk to people, speak, get your ideas about from people. So communication is very important. Second, conflict resolution. There are conflicts at every place. Either you are at home with your kids, with your family, there may be smaller conflicts. At your job place, there may be a greater conflict. Even on road, when you're going somewhere, you will find that, oh, this is a problem here, and you start a conflict with a person. So how to resolve a conflict? That is also very important behavioral skill a person should know. The third on the list is self improvement. Find out your flaws. Find out your mistakes at the end of the day. Just told you. So when you find out that flaw, find out how can you improve or how can you do something better in life. Fourth, a very important behavioral skill is time management. Whether you're a student or you're at your workplace, the first thing you require is time management. If you have not managed your time, it won't wait for you. You know, time and tide wait for none. The both of them go on and on. The cycle is on. They won't wait for you. The next, fifth one, as I told you, ups and downs in life. They bring you down, they shatter you, they burn you to ashes, but rising like a phoenix and soaring to the heights, that is very important. And which behavioral skill would you require for this? Stress management. Keep smiling, have faith in the Almighty, and you will find that no one is a hindrance in your path to success. Six, patience. Patience and perseverance are keys to success. You may have heard about this proverb, right? So, being patient, thinking calmly and coolly can bring you to success. Seventh, balancing professional and personal life. It is a very important behavioral skill how to balance your professional and personal life. The eighth one is empathy. I'll be discussing with you the difference between sympathy and empathy. Sympathizing is just when you're looking at something, oh dear, it's so pitiable, oh God. But empathy is when you're going and lifting that person or helping out somebody. So we'll discuss more about empathy. Decision making. You are burned to ashes, as I said, and then you think of two things. One, my life is over. I want to end it. I want to end it. That's a wrong word. Think of a proper decision. Yes, I will do again. I will try to get up on my feet and rise to every failure, whichever has come in my path. And last but not the least is problem solving. Problems are a part and parcel of life. No life is there where there won't be problems in life. For a simple person, any problem can be like a big bizarre in his life. But if the person thinks that no, I will be doing my best, because impossible is a word found in the dictionary of fools. Impossible itself says, I am possible. And you'll find you can achieve anything in life. We'll come to the first one, that is communication. You all know communication. What is communication in simple words? It means to talk to each other in simple words. Today I'm talking to you. We are having a one-way communication right now, but you are chatting, you are writing down your comments. So it becomes a two-way communication. Communication is a vast area to explore with different sub skills ranging from appropriate body language, eye contact, and the ability to write a clear and accurate piece of information or to speak fluently, and the receiver understands each and every part of what you are speaking. So, in simple words, communication is eye contact, body language, and sender and receiver. The sender communicating either to his body language or through speech, and the receiver listening actively. Active listening is a very important skill in communication. One of the major communication skills includes the accuracy of listening, as I just said, and following instructions. We often tend to ignore what people say, or even it happens that, okay, fine, I've heard what he said, and the next moment you're busy in another work, and suddenly you said, oh dear, what the boss had told me, He told me four things. I just remember two. Which are the other two? And there creates a problem. So, accurate listening is very important in life so that you don't have any miscommunication coming up. So, one way of active listening is you may even note down what a person is saying so that you remember it. You can open up your notebook. Okay, fine, this is what the person has said. Or suppose, like we are having an online lecture over here, so you just take screenshots if there are subtitles underneath. So it even that helps you. So we often tend to ignore what people say or talk or follow ups to check their understanding. This leads to inaccurate assumptions and creates inefficiencies and frustrations at work. Having excellent communication skills are actually helping you to grow efficiently in any organization. Now we come to conflict resolution. Even at home, you have seen with your siblings or with your kids, there are so many conflicts, right? There are situations of imbalance and friction within an organization due to the conflicts of interest of employees. That happens a lot of times. Resolution can be seen as an offshoot of communication. So it's an offshoot of communication. Why? Because if you're not talking to each other, the person doesn't know that you are having a conflict with him or you're disagreeing with him. So what happens is there becomes a gap. A gap, if the gap goes on increasing, suddenly there will be a cold war or it may be coming up into heated arguments with each other. In its worst cases, these conflicts can intensively grow and damage relationships and personal reputation also. So, communication is very important when you have a conflict with anyone. Moreover, it can also affect the company as a whole. Wherever you're working, what will happen at the end of the day? Your company, the work which you have to do, you're not doing it effectively. In your heart, you have that hatred for a person. You are not working as a team. So at the end of the day, you will find that the company is at a great loss. Therefore, conflict resolution is one of the most important behavioral skills that teach ways to resolve different types of conflicts and make individuals aware of the potential problems and also facilitate them to be a great team and cooperate amongst the employees. And one thing which can help is feedback. Suppose I have done a work and my colleague is not happy. He's not telling me even that okay, your work was not good. You have made some flaws. There are some errors in your work. He's keeping in his mind, oh, this lady, she's always doing this mistake. It's really terrible. But instead, if I think that okay, I'll give him a questionnaire to many of the employees and find out that what are the flaws in my work, and that helps a lot because once I come to know my mistakes, that yes, this is the mistake I have done, next time I improve. And here comes the next behavioral skill, that is self improvement. Having an insatiable curiosity as well as persistent attitude towards self improvement is amongst the pivotal behavioral skills to inculcate in yourself. Having a limited knowledge will only lead to the repeated form of tasks carried out every day, while augmenting your knowledge about new things will help you grow and explore new horizons. That is why working on self improvement must be a crucial aspect to consider on your journey to achieve behavioral skills. Let us try to improve ourselves, for we cannot remain stationary. One either progresses or retrogrades. So you have to decide, you have to progress or you want to retrograde. So do you want to go ahead or do you want to put your car in reverse? I don't want to do that. I'm still a learner. At this age also, I am learning. I'm learning from you. I'm learning from my friends. I'm learning from my students. Never ever say that I've finished learning. No, learning never ends. It's like a candle which goes on burning. Next, time management. Yes, time and tide wait for none. I told you. One of the underrated attributes of an employee or a student, time management does not refer just to an employee, as I told you, just to meet the deadlines, but an efficient organization and execution of their work to complete a particular task on time. It's very important. As a student, even if you're planning to give an exam in March or maybe in April or Feb, or you just have an exam 3 months later, you have to plan your study time. What you have to make a timetable. You most of you have already made it, but for those who have not made, please make a timetable and follow it. Making a timetable is just, it will take you 5 minutes. Okay, done. Morning 9 to 10, getting up early, studying late at night. But when it comes to execution, are you really executing it? There, it makes a difference when you really execute your plans. While time management relies more on the abilities and the habits of employee, you can develop efficiency in your performance. You'll find that really you are progressing. Your performance is just coming up. Behavioral skills include removing distractions. Never get distracted. There may be a number of distractions such as cell phones, and social media to ensure that you're fixed on your schedule. You know what happens? Okay, let me play a game. I'll just finish one game and do work. No, your 5 minutes, your 10 minutes. It is never just 5 or 10 minutes. I suppose mostly half an hour or 1 hour goes and then your study time is lost. Or maybe at workplace, some other social media distraction can disrupt it. Try to place your assignments into short, multiple goals that can help you push yourself and achieve them quickly. So, getting started with time management is really important. So, we'll be discussing more about time management in this session today. There's a matrix of time management. I'll just discuss it with you now. The idea of time management matrix was introduced by American keynote speaker Stephen Covey, the author of Seven Habits of Highly Effective People. Highly effective people. The primary objective of this matrix is to fully help you formulate a framework that prioritizes important and urgent daily tasks and weed out irrelevant activities so that you can manage your time more judiciously and efficiently. Divided into four quadrants. Let us now understand each division of the matrix in detail. As you know, Covey's matrix has four different quadrants, as I just told you, that enables you to prioritize tasks in conjunction with their weight, value, and urgency. Weight, value, and urgency. All four quadrants have been designed to assign the set of activities in accordance with their importance and degree of urgency. To have a more clear understanding of time management matrix, I'll just tell you about the four. The first one is quadrant of necessity. Find out what is more necessary for you, what is less necessary for you. So if you know which thing is more important to you, what you have to do first and what you have to do second and what you can do at last, you can put a list. So the first quadrant focuses on activities that arise due to emergencies, crisis, or deadlines, consisting of tasks and responsibilities that need immediate attention and have a higher degree of urgency, here are some examples that can be put in the first quadrant of the time management matrix. First, if you're working on projects that need to be done within a given deadline. Second, family emergencies. Third, pressing problems and crises. Emergencies that are not under your control, such as health, fire, etc. Then, last minute preparations for meetings, competitive exams, etc. So, these come in the necessity part. Second, quality and personal leadership. Leadership skills are just beautiful. We'll discuss about different types of leadership and how our leadership very skills very important for a person. Each person can be a leader. For that, first you have to be a personal leader. Lead yourself, tell yourself you can do it, and you will find you will be able to achieve any task in life at any time of your age. This is a quadrant where activities that require strategic planning, like higher studies, health, and exercise, starting a career abroad, developing soft skills, etc., are added. Lending your time in these areas might not be urgent at the present moment, but in the long term, it will be very much required. Hence, all the activities which I just mentioned in this quadrant do not require immediate action. Some of the examples or activities that can be clubbed in quadrant 2 are planning and preparing for your long-term goals. There are two kind of goals, short-term goals and long-term goals. So quadrant 2 consists of long-term goals. Maintaining and training yourself for the future. For example, opting for skill development courses. The third one, adhering to your exercise, health, and recreation schedules. It is very important. Your personal health is very important. And there comes exercise. Exercising is really a very important goal in life. Formulating budgets or enrolling in a life insurance plan also comes in quadrant 2. Now we come to the quadrant 3, the quadrant of deception. The third quadrant of the time management matrix is reserved for activities that are not important but are urgent. Covey recommends minimizing or even eliminating these tasks as they do not contribute to your output and affects your priorities just because it's urgent. Some of the examples are interruptions which arise due to irrelevant phone calls or poor internet connectivity. Indulging in discussions or arguments that won't yield anything. Third one, doing any extra work that is not in your task. Example, washing clothes, cooking, visiting your doctor, etc. Third, replying to emails in between the assigned tasks. Many a time you are thinking that, okay, fine, nobody is looking. I'll just do this in between. I'll do that in between. Whether you're a student or you at your job place, you have deviated yourself from your work. So what happens? You are not able to give 100% performance. Your performance is reduced. It can become 90, it can become 80. So we have to be very careful when we are deviating from this type. Completing an online course while working. OMG. Many a times it happens. I found some teachers who are working under me. They are just into some online course, and I have to just go and tell them you're right now teaching over here. Just check out what lesson plan you have made, what you're going to do in the class. Why are you just into an online course right now where you have to just prepare for your lesson? Fine, that is a deviation. The fourth quadrant. The fourth quadrant is quadrant of waste. It is reserved for those activities which add any value and are considered as time wasters. They don't add any value to our work. These tasks are nothing more than distractions. Some of the examples that can be added to these quadrants are scrolling social media sites or binge watching movies. Scrolling social media sites or binge watching movies, surfing the internet without any purpose, watching TV for hours, indulging in workplace gossips. OMG, gossips are very harmful in life. You know, when you're backbiting, it is adding on to your negativities in yourself. Never allow negative vibes around you. Be positive, get positive vibes, and spread happiness all around. Playing online games, as I told you earlier. So, how will you manage your matrix now? I told you about four matrices. So, how are you going to manage it? As you can see, the top management. As you can see, the top two are very important, but we should also aim to keep prioritize our quadrants. Each and every person needs to customize it and prioritize it. Now we come to stress management. Stress management is very, very important whether you're a student or you are at your workplace, because you're juggling so many tasks together. There are multiple tasks and responsibilities, not only at workplace but your own student life. So, how do you face these personal struggles, whether they're at home or at workplace? An individual cannot escape the underlying stress throughout the day. You know, it goes on adding and adding. So, what is important is take a deep breath, say, this stress is nothing. I can come out of it. And you will really come out, because positivity and the will to come out of any situation will help you to release yourself from any stress in life. So, stress management is a skill everyone needs to master in the present times, where our entangled devices and even more complicated lives can increase our tendency of getting stressed, anxious, and depressed easily. While workplaces have started adopting activities to keep their employees take time away from their stressful schedules, adapting efficient stress management strategies on the personal front can surely transform your outlook in life. You know, at our workplace, we have a timeout session where we all play music and dance to it. Any employee doing any work at that particular time has to leave their work and dance to the music, whether you know how to dance or no. To implement better stress management in your daily routine, the best ways to tackle is through meditation. As I told you, take a deep breath. Yoga can help you. Physical activities such as running, even for half an hour also, can amazingly guide you towards becoming good at handling stress and implement equanimity in your life. As I told you earlier, patience and perseverance are keys to success. So, I'll be discussing with you something about patience. It is really very important. This is one of the less conventional skills on the list, but an important role to play.
Sorry for disconnected. Our speaker come back in a short time. In the meantime, participants are requested to mention your friends in this live and also share this video in your social media. Hello, ma'am.
A little net connection was there or disruption. We are back. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you are audible.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So I was talking about patience. Patience is really important, and without having patience in life, it won't be you may get angry at small things. You may feel that why is this person not doing as I told? But if you feel that okay, I will have to step into his shoes or her shoes and find out what is the real reason of this person making me angry or making me not able to put up my point. At that point of time, you have to be really cool. You don't have to lose your patience, show your anger. Anger management is also very important skill which you can develop so that you will be able to prosper in life. The next one on our list is balance between professional and personal life. There's a very nice activity I used to do in my workshop. Imagine yourself carrying lot of books on your head. Okay, one, I have put so many books on my head. Can I carry them and walk around the room without balancing them? Not possible. And it takes a lot of practice, even if you are able to do right now. Maybe it took you around 5 days, 10 days, 15 days to get into this. So always keep this heavy burden of your professional life at your office when you come home, and always keep your personal problems at home when you leave for your office, and you will find a tremendous excellent performance at your workplace or at home. There will be a balance of relationships. You'll find your relationships are working in a much better way. Amongst the most crucial behavioral skills, bringing a balance between your work tasks as well as personal is quite a tricky task. You'll say that, okay, she's speaking, but can we do it? Slowly and steadily, if you start working on it, you will find that yes, a magic wand has moved on your head and you have achieved it. Strenuous work schedule can definitely impact your physical and mental well-being, and this is why it becomes paramount to ensure that there is a healthy equilibrium to aspects of your life. So it is good to devote yourself fully to your work and passionately contribute to your growth of your organization. But it is also important that you cultivate self awareness of your limits as well as health, which will only help you work in most effective and efficient manner. So, balancing between professional and personal goals is very, very important. I told you something in the beginning. Difference between sympathy and empathy. We come to empathy, which is one of the most at the top of the behavioral skills for employees in the workplace as well as in one's personal life as well. In your family, if you develop empathy, step into the shoes of the front person in front of you. Suppose if you have a brother or a sister, you're always fighting. One day, just step into his or her shoes and find out what is the real problem. Empathy can be simply defined as stepping into the shoes of a person, awareness or sensibility to understand other person's perspective or problems, and finding out their feelings from their point of view. Excuse me. So, finding out the perspective of the person opposite to you, it is very, very, very important. In workplace, empathy plays a key role in building strong relationships and a strong team. Once you're working, your team is working in coordination, you'll find that you can achieve a greater performance. Results will be much better than what were earlier. So it's very important. Empathy is a very, very, very important skill. So, what are the four elements of empathy? One is to see the world, as I told you, to step into the shoes of the person in front of you. Second, appreciate them as human beings. You like the work of a person, but you want to say, if I will praise now, this person will become very famous in the workplace. I don't want to make him famous. That negativity starts, the jealousy, the envious. Don't do that. Don't let negativity be make a home for in your heart. Let that negativity show it off. The third one, communicate understanding. And fourth, understand feelings. Coming to the next one, decision making. The ability to make decisions in an efficient and effective way is another important behavioral skill that can help you thrive in your career. In order to take a particular decision, you must gather the requisite information, assess alternative resolutions, learn about the pros and the cons, and then approach the problem. This process can be little rigorous, but taking optimal decisions can take you far in life, thus making it an essential skill to be successful in the present ever evolving world. Problem solving, as we said in decision making, problem solving is there. Whether you are a manager or a team member, you would need good problem solving skills to achieve any goal or milestone at work or even at home. In order to solve a problem, you must first identify the issue, prioritize, find alternative solutions. So how do you find out the issue? How do you what is the problem? Where exactly the problem lies? Sometimes there is no problem, but we are feeling that, oh God, this has happened. So first of all, find out the problem. Second, prioritize what problem is most important, what needs to be solved. Then check out, work on hypotheses, work on different types of solutions, find alternative solutions which can help you. And finally, once you find out the best solution, implement it. It may be little difficult for you. It may be a great hard work. You will have to put in lot of efforts, but put it. Once you try to do something, you achieve something. This is one of the most in demand behavioral skills in every job sector because, as an excellent problem solver, you can be a good leader as well as team member and succeed better in your workplace. So, the following are the most important organizational skills that are part of social emotional experiment learning for corporate companies. Assertiveness skills, changeability, the flexibility, how you adapt yourself in a workplace, changeability, interpersonal skills, critical thinking. Critical thinking both the ways. First, for yourself, it's most important. Healthy living, a healthy mind rests in a healthy body. So, not only exercising, but exercising your brain also is very important because once you are healthy, your well being is 360-degree, you can achieve anything in life. Impact and influencing. How well can you impact, put a good impact on people? How can you influence better? Value and purpose, persuasion skills, self confidence, cooperation, emotional intelligence, confidence building, and risk taking. So, what is the importance of behavioral skills? Behavioral skills play an important role in personality development, incorporating an inclusive corporate culture. So, what are the main reasons why behavioral skills are important? Many of you may be feeling that, okay, some of them are already in me, but why are they important in workplace? Behavioral skills help you become a better leader. They help in accelerating career growth by equipping you with adaptability and transferable skills. These skills also contribute to personality development by enhancing your communication skills, workplace behavior, and organizational skills. They boost your employability by making you an effective candidate for your chosen career. These skills enhance work culture as employees communicate better within teams, leadership roles, and become productive. So, with this, I come to the end of my session. Uh, I'd like to discuss something with you all. I think there is a question answer session right now. So, we'll come to the question answer session. Yes, I plan to attend your next event. Actually, what we can do is when we are having such sessions on each employability skill, we would love to have this thing that okay, we will discuss about different employability skills. What is a contributor? How can you be a greater contributor? We'll be doing all that.
Thank you, ma'am, for your brilliant presentation. Actually, I
Thank
learned
you.
a lot from it. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so
Now,
much.
after quiz competition, we come back to our question and answer session. Thank you. Welcome to our quiz and competition session. Our quiz code is www.slido.com and the code is IGP quiz. And the link is in comment box. We start our quiz competition in a short time, so don't late to join with us. Our quiz code is IGP quiz. Now we have 15 participants already joined with us. In a short time, we start our quiz competition. Let's start our quiz competition. Our first question is, what is not an employability skills? Complaining or teamwork? What is not an employability skill? Complaining or teamwork? 85% of our participants give the right answer, and the answer is complaining. On the leaderboard, Lamberto is Platin Jr. now leading the first position. Next, move to our second question. Which is not an employability skill to have communication or lining? Which is not an employability skill to have communication or lining? 95% of our participants give the right answer. The answer is lining. On the leaderboard, number 2 is Platin Jr. leading the first position. Our next question is, which, which of these is not an employability skill? Ability to use power tools or learning. Which, which of these is not an employability skill? Ability to use power tools or learning. 68% of our participants give the right answer. The answer is ability to use power tools. Now, on the leaderboard, Lyson Muniandi leading the first position. Our next question is, which is an which is an essential employability skill to have? Being able to communicate with coworkers and customers, having a short temper, and lashing out. Wow, 100% of our participants give the right answer. The answer is being able to communicate with coworkers and customers. Lesson Muniante also leading the first position. Our next question is, which of the following is not an employability skill? Ethical behavior or sales? 88% of our participants give the right answer. The answer is sales. Our next question is, which is a good employability skill? Deep sea driving or timekeeping? Which is a good employability skill? 88% of our participants give the right answer. The answer is timekeeping. Shaila R. Garcia now leading the first position. Our next question is the repeat question, which is an essential employability skill to have? Being able to communicate with coworkers and customers, having a short temper, and lashing out. 100% of our participants give the right answer. The answer is being able to communicate with coworkers and customers. Our next question is, punctuality is related to punctuality is related to which employability skill? 56% of our participants give the right answer. The answer is planning and organization. Our next question is, which is not a desire? Which is not a desired employability skill? 'What is not a desired employability skill? Teamwork or taking many breaks? 96% of our participants give the right answer, and the answer is taking many breaks. Our last question is, what employability skill can help you get a job in this field? Working at your own pace or multitasking? 92% of our participants give the right answer, and the answer is multitasking. Congratulations of our top 10 participants. Lizel leading the first position, Evelyn is the second position, and the following lesson, Shaila, Gimalin, Alex Xavier Alvarez, Aurora, Stephanie, Lee, Pakonla, Ryan. Now we move to our quiz and competition session. Welcome back, ma'am.
Thank you. Very nicely it was
Ma'am,
conducted. I'm very happy with the answers of the quiz.
thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, are you ready to answer the question?
Yes, I am.
Dear participants, it's question and answer time. You can send your question in our comment box and make sure to put it one by one so that the speaker would understand it well. So don't hesitate to ask the question. Our ma'am also ready to answer the question. Ma'am, we are waiting for our first question. Ma'am, our first question to our dear resource speaker, do you believe in the saying that in employability whom you know, not what you know? Sorry for our speaker disconnected. Ma'am, are you okay?
Yes, I'm fine.
Okay, ma'am. Our first question is to our dear resource speaker. Do you believe in the saying that in employability whom you know, not what you know?
I didn't get the question. Please speak again.
To our dear resource
Okay.
speaker, do you believe in the saying that in employability whom you know, not what you know?
Whom you know and what you know.
What you know? Yes, ma'am.
The Yeah, whom you know and what you know. According to me, whom you know from an employability skill, it's very important to balance both of them because knowing each other, empathizing with each other, it's a very important behavioral skill. And what you know is already imbibed in you. It's a outcome of what you have already been learning from your kindergarten years to your age, what you are at present. So that is whom you know and what you know.
Thank you, ma'am. Our next question from Evelyn. Ma'am, what do you think are the essential skill in life? And thank you.
Yes, the essential skills in life are first, having self confidence. Second, not making the self confidence become egoistic. Be very careful to balance these two things. You can become self confidence. You can say, yes, I can do it. But let the ego. If you are keeping the ego with yourself, what will happen? You will develop that negativity in yourself that it will lead to another two, three qualities in you which can hinder your progress in life. So, balancing the skills is very important. There are both positive and negative skills in each person, but how to keep the negative skills away and develop a positivity in life is very important. That's where the well-being of a person comes into limelight. Well-being is very important skill which a person can imbibe.
Thank you, ma'am, for your beautiful answer.
Thank you.
Dear participants, we are waiting our next question. Ma'am, maybe we have no other question. So again, thank you from IGP and give your valuable time with us. I think our participant also learn from you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much.
We hope we will meet together in another session in IGP platform, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It was very nice to be with all of you, and I hope I have imbibed something to you. Thank you so much. Namaste.
Thank you, ma'am. Dear participants, our today's code is IGP 3974. The code is IGP 3974 and the link is in comment box. With code you can claim your certificate anytime. Without code you can't do anything. You can only visit our website. Thank you very much for joining with us.